There's something that far too many people between the ages of 65 and 80 are still doing every single day without realizing how much damage it's causing. It's not just slowing down your health, but it could be silently cutting years off your life. The truth is, once you reach the stage, your body goes through changes that make certain habits far more dangerous than they used to be. What worked in your 40s and 50s could now be putting you at risk of serious health issues, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. That's why in this video, we're going to cover 5 things you need to stop doing immediately. If you're between 65 and 80, this is your last chance to make these changes before they start taking a serious toll on your health, energy, and longevity. Stick with me until the end, because the last one is something almost no one talks about, but it's one of the biggest mistakes you could be making right now. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Now, let's get started. Mistake 1. Sitting for long periods without movement. One of the worst things you can do for your body after 60 is sitting too much. You might think I go for a walk every day, so I'm staying active. But here's the problem. Even if you exercise, sitting for hours at a time can still increase your risk of heart disease, muscle loss, and poor circulation. Studies show that prolonged sitting slows metabolism, weakens the legs and core, and puts excess strain on your joints, all of which can lead to reduced mobility, chronic pain, and a higher risk of falls. Think about this. If you've ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt stiffness in your knees or tightness in your back, that's your body telling you it's not getting enough movement. Sitting for too long reduces blood flow, making muscles and joints stiff, while also increasing in the risk of blood clots, weight gain, and even cognitive decline. This is exactly what happened to someone like George, 72. He always believed that taking his daily walk was enough, but over time he noticed his legs were feeling weaker and his back pain was getting worse. His doctor explained that it wasn't just about walking, it was about breaking up long periods of sitting. He started setting a timer to stand up and move every 30 to 45 minutes, doing simple stretches or light activity. Within weeks, he noticed less stiffness, better circulation, and even improved energy levels. Here's a simple test. If you sit for more than an hour at a time, try standing up right now and rolling your shoulders, stretching your legs, or walking around for just a few minutes. If you feel an instant difference, that's proof that your body needs more frequent movement throughout the day. The key isn't just exercising, it's staying consistently active. If you've been sitting too much, now is the time to change it. Small movements throughout the day, standing up, stretching, walking around, even shifting positions can have a huge impact on how your body feels and functions. Mistake 2. Ignoring protein intake and losing muscle mass. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 60 is not getting enough protein, and it's costing them muscle strength and energy. You might think I eat enough food, so I must be fine. But here's the reality. As you age, your body processes protein less efficiently, meaning you need even more of it to maintain muscle mass. If you're not paying attention to your protein intake, you're likely losing muscle without even realizing. Muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, is one of the biggest threats to independence after 60. It happens gradually, and most people don't notice it until simple things like standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs start feeling harder than they used to. The real danger, once muscle is lost, it's much harder to rebuild, and when muscles weaken, so does your balance making. Falls and injuries far more likely. This is exactly what happened to someone like Richard, 68. He thought he was eating well, but over time he noticed that his legs felt weaker, his arms looked thinner, and his energy levels weren't the same. His doctor told him that he wasn't getting enough protein to support his muscles, so he started increasing his intake, adding more lean meats, eggs, beans, nuts, and protein-rich dairy into his diet. Within weeks he felt stronger, more energetic and even more stable on his feet. If you want to see where your muscle strength is, right now, try to stand up from a chair without using your hands. If that feels difficult or if you feel unsteady, it may be a sign that your muscles are weakening and your body needs more protein and strength training to prevent further loss. So if you're still eating the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, it's time to rethink your diet. More protein isn't just a good idea, it's essential for keeping you strong, mobile and independent. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's continue. Mistake 3. Neglecting sleep and disrupting your body's repair process. Many people assume that needing less sleep is just part of aging, but that's actually one of the biggest myths out there. The truth is, your body still needs quality sleep, not just to feel rested, but to support memory, muscle recovery, heart health, and even your immune system. The problem as people get older, they often develop poor sleep. Habits that lead to chronic fatigue, increased inflammation, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. If you've ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, struggling to fall back asleep, or feeling groggy, even after a full night in bed, your body may not be getting the deep restorative sleep it needs, and the consequences are serious. Studies show that sleep deprivation weakens the immune system, increases the risk of heart disease, and can accelerate memory problems over time. Take someone like Frank, 71. He always thought that sleeping fewer hours was just something that happened with age, but over time he started noticing more daytime fatigue, brain fog, and even changes in his blood pressure. His doctor explained that his body still needed deep sleep to function properly, and the key was improving his nighttime habits, so he made a few simple changes, reducing late-night screen time, avoiding caffeine in the evening, and creating a bedtime routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed dramatic improvements in his energy focus and overall well-being. If you're not sure whether your sleep is actually refreshing, here's a simple test. Do you wake up feeling rested and alert, or do you feel sluggish and need extra time to get moving? If you're feeling groggy most mornings, your sleep may not be working for you, and now is the time to fix it. Quality sleep is not optional. It's one of the most important factors for long-term health, cognitive function, and physical recovery. Mistake 4. Avoiding strength and balance training. One of the biggest mistakes people make after 60 is assuming that walking is enough exercise, while walking is great for your heart and mobility. It doesn't do enough to maintain strength, balance, or prevent falls. The reality is, as you age, your muscles naturally weaken, your balance declines, and your risk of falling increases unless you actively work to stop it. Here's what most people don't realize. Falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults, and most falls happen not because of weak legs, but because of poor balance and muscle loss. If you aren't challenging your body with strength and stability exercises, you're unknowingly making yourself more vulnerable to stumbles, trips, and serious injuries. This is exactly what happened to someone like Edward, 74. He walked daily, thinking that was enough. But one day, he misjudged. A step, lost his balance and took a bad fall. He didn't break anything, but the experience shook him up. His doctor explained that his balance was deteriorating because he wasn't training his stabilizing muscles, so he started adding gentle strength exercises, core training and balance drills into his routine. Within a few weeks, he noticed he felt more stable, more confident, and far less afraid of falling. Strength training doesn't mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight squats, practicing standing on one foot, or even using a chair for support while doing leg exercises. The key is to challenge your muscles and balance so that your body stays strong, coordinated, and resilient. If you want to test your balance right now, try this stand near a counter. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and see if you can hold your balance for at least 10 seconds. If you struggle, that's a clear sign your balance needs work, and the sooner you start, the better. Your muscles in balance are your foundation, and ignoring them after 60 is one of the fastest ways to lose mobility. If you've been relying only on walking, it's time to prioritize strength and stability, training to keep yourself active, independent, and injury-free. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. Now let's continue. Mistake 5. Ignoring hydration and dehydrating your body. One of the most overlooked health risks after 60 is not drinking enough water. You might think, I'm not thirsty that often, so I must be fine. But here's the problem. Your body's thirst signals become weaker as you age, meaning you may already be dehydrated before you even feel thirsty, and chronic. Dehydration doesn't just make you feel tired, it can lead to joint pain, constipation, kidney problems, confusion, and even an increased risk of falls. Dehydration is sneaky. Most people assume that as long as they drink something throughout the day, they're getting enough fluids. But the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind on hydration, and the effects are serious. When your body doesn't get enough water, your muscles become weaker, your joints lose lubrication, and your brain function slows down, which can lead to dizziness, poor concentration, and an increased risk of injury. This is exactly what happened to someone like Walter, 76. He thought he was drinking enough because he had coffee in the morning and a little water with meals. But over time he noticed more frequent headaches, muscle cramps, and episodes of dizziness. When standing up, his doctor explained that coffee and tea act as diuretics, meaning they pull water from the body rather than replenishing it. So Walter made a simple change. He started drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning and sipping throughout the day. Within a few weeks, he felt more alert, had better digestion, and even noticed his joints weren't as stiff. If you want to check whether you're drinking enough, try this. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and hold it for a second. If it snaps back immediately, you're likely hydrated. If it takes a moment to settle, your body may need more water. The good news, this is one of the easiest things to fix. Keeping a glass of water nearby and taking small sips throughout the day can dramatically improve energy, digestion, joint health, and even brain function. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because by then your body's already struggling to keep up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 mistakes. If you've been doing any of them, don't worry. It's never too late to make a change, whether it's breaking up long periods of sitting, increasing your protein intake, improving your sleep, adding strength training, or staying hydrated. Every small adjustment you make adds up to a healthier, stronger, and more independent future. The good news is your body is incredibly resilient. Even if you've been making these mistakes for years, you can start reversing the damage today. The key is consistency. Small daily habits have a huge impact over time. Your health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about staying strong, mobile, and full of energy for as long as possible. So which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, energy, or overall health? We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.